Paddy the Baddy. I'm back. I have been in a fight with Paddy the Baddy 3 times, and I have never met him. What does that say about me? Probably not something wonderful. We have been in 3 fights, Paddy and I, that I started, all of them. I've been pissed off. I've never met him. That's not completely right by old Chael. But it happened nonetheless. And now the only way you can get into 3 fights, right? It's like being a 3-time world champion. The only way you can be world champion is if you lose the world championship and you come back and you win it again, right? The part of the Ric Flair story that he liked to leave out. You got to lose that son of a bitch a few times. So when Paddy and I get in a fight, the only way we can get in another fight and another fight means we made up in between. Well, time to make up again. I'm back on the other side of it. I'm on the makeup. Look, here's what's going on. I was with Cowboy Cerrone. I'm going back. You guys are the 2 listeners, then you'll know this. But I was with Cowboy Cerrone. We were doing some work together in Las Vegas. Cowboy's got his phone. We're both zoned out. We're on our phones. Clint's there. We're just sitting around. And Cowboy brings up Paddy. Wants to know what weight class he is. Wants to know where he's from. Cowboy finds out, we're in the same weight class, and he's from London. And the UFC's going to London. He calls Sean Shelby right on the spot. I go get a camera. I come bring you guys this story. But when I was bringing the story, and I'm not break news guy, I just happened to be sitting there, but that was breaking news. If Cowboy's going to fight Paddy, that's a big deal. And it makes a lot of sense, which is why I was very confident in telling you guys, not just that Cowboy was asking to fight Paddy, but that Cowboy was going to fight Paddy. Very confident in telling you guys, right? You got the younger guy, you got the veteran, it's going to be on home soil. One in theory is coming up. One in theory, he's just about to exit stage left. This checks every single box there is in the history of matchmaking of MMA. Paddy didn't want to do the fight. All right, no problem. So now Paddy, I'm going back. Now Paddy's going to fight Truck Gordon. So I was talking to you guys about that because Paddy's manager came out after Dana said Paddy's going to fight Truck Gordon in England. And the manager comes out and says, well, we haven't agreed. Nothing is signed yet. To which I asked a question. When the president says it, can it be false? If you have a guy who can't be wrong, can he state a fallacy? That was the question. But now we have the answer. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. There were some moving parts there. Truck Gordon is out. New guy is in. And that pissed me off. What business is out of mine? I couldn't completely, in all fairness, rhetorically state for you. But I made myself the aggrieved party, and here we are. So then I run into Eddie Gordon. And one thing when I was talking about Gordon, and I'm cronies with those guys out of New York, Ally Quinn and Aljo and all Coach Longo's guys, Weidman, I hadn't met Eddie Gordon. I just had never met him. So now I meet him, we're face to face. He saw the piece that I did, and he brought it up. He goes, Chael, I did have that fight, man. They said no. And Eddie was in a different spot where he's like, I really wanted that fight. I'm looking for my big moment. That's going to be a big deal. Paddy is on the rise. People care and know who he is. Feature fight. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to go to England, but that was my fight. He refused to do it. I said, are you kidding me? Paddy's behind the scenes turning fights down. Didn't know that. That's going to start another fight with me and Paddy because that's going to piss me off. Well, then comes this morning. Hear from Paddy. There's always 2 sides to a story. Have you guys been in this spot? This isn't just me where you do something, a knee-jerk reaction, a rush to judgment. You then hear the other side and go, okay. I hadn't looked at it like that. Well, Paddy told his side. And one thing that Paddy did to bring me back on the Paddy train is he told the truth. The one thing that fighters always forget to do from time to time, tell the truth. When you don't want to do something, for whatever reason you don't want to do it, if you turn to schoolyard antics, we're going to see right through it, we being the audience. When you tell the truth, we turn the page and never think about it again. And that's what Paddy did. Paddy told the truth. Paddy said, I don't love where my contract's at. I believe in myself and I know where my contract can be. I've got to exhaust this one and I got to look good in the process of doing it. I got to bring in fans, all of which are true if you want to make more money. Very simple recipe. It's not like Paddy cracked the code. He just stated what the code is. And a lot of fighters are too unaware to even be able to do that. Paddy said, then and only then will I take these fights. And he went further to say, Jared Gordon's a hard fight. We're done. We're all done. Paddy left me nothing to be upset with. He told the truth. He took an opportunity from Jared Gordon, which would piss me off. Just not the way this is done. Some nights you're doing the favor, some nights the favor's getting done for you. But if you're in the locker room and you're not one of the boys that follows that policy, our industry comes to a screeching halt. But then Paddy served Jared Gordon by telling the story, hey man, that guy's a really hard fight. I don't want to fight him right now. Okay. I'm back with Paddy. Like, that meant something to me that he took the time to put this guy over. You know, Masvidal just did that for Leon, and it meant something to me. Masvidal pulls out of his fight with Leon, never once tells us what's wrong. Never discloses, you know, most guys have doctor, they'll read something or they'll put their x-rays out. I mean, just really douchey stuff. Here's the x-ray of my butt. You know, guys like that. Just stop, man. If you don't want to do the fight, don't do it. And that's how Masvidal saw it. Masvidal not only didn't do the fight without ever offering an excuse, he then put Leon over. He said, this is Masvidal speaking, never in my life have I pulled out of a match. Never. I'm doing it now. It doesn't matter the reason. I'm admitting to you in advance, he's better at the agreed upon date, location, and time. I'm out. Masvidal got out and put the opponent over. That's all you got to do. It's the right thing to do. There's a moral compass of ethics attached even to a dirty, rotten sport like cage fighting. You must have the code. You must understand how the locker room works. You must not just be in there for yourself. Now, I will tell you this. So I'm good with Paddy. That's really the end of that part of the story, but it does make me wonder for fight number 4, which could be here any day between me and a guy who I've never met, but it's sincere all the same. Makes me wonder, is Paddy on the rise? Is he understanding and doing everything right? There appears to be a plan and a strategy, which most guys aren't smart enough to have. Now, whether that plan and strategy plays out the way you envisioned it or not, the fact that he has one, I appreciate. Or is Paddy going to be another one of these guys who we give our time, we give our attention, we give our platform to, where it's never going to be enough? You're always asking too much of him. You're never treating him well. He's never getting paid what he does. Is he going to be one of those guys? Because if this is going to be a complaint train from start to finish, I want to get off right now. I don't want to be mad or cool with him. I want to be indifferent. I'm out. People get that one wrong all the time. They think the opposite of love is hate. It's not. The opposite of love is indifference. I want off. Won't care. Won't talk about him. Won't follow him. Whatever he does. If he's going to be one of those guys. If he's a guy where, look, here's the position. I'm just not there yet. And I felt like him being open and candid with the audience. I felt like him giving that respect to Truck Gordon. And I ran into Eddie. I'll tell you right now. I haven't spoke to him since this came out, but I'll tell you right now, Eddie was pissed off, and I can guarantee you he's not now. Now that Paddy told the truth that, yes, that fight was offered, I'm the one that turned it down, and I turned it down because he's too damn good. I guarantee it. Eddie's fine. But that also now gives us a glimpse behind the curtain to let us know with almost certainty that that's why he's not fighting Cowboy. He applied those same things. It's not enough. It's too early. I'm brand new. Don't love this contract. And he didn't want to fight Cowboy, which also serves Donald. So I'm okay with it. Paddy and I, for now, we're back together.